York County is so much more than just a stop for gas along I-80. 17 County is filled with unique individuals with unique stories, just wanting to be told.
Welcome to another episode of 17 County Podcast, where we spotlight the people, projects, and progress powering growth across our region. From business expansion to community revitalization, we bring you behind the scenes of what's shaping our future. We're proud to recognize the organizations that make this podcast possible. A special thank you to the dedicated stakeholders investing in local impact. Central Valley Ag, Clutie Incorporated, Overland Ready Mix, Collins Aerospace, Meade Lumber Company, and Perennial Public Power District. We're also grateful for the continued support of our financial stakeholders, Henderson State Bank, Midwest Bank, and York State Bank, who help drive business sustainability across the county. Empowering innovation and reliability behind the scenes, we recognize K-Junction, OPPD, and Nebraska Public Power District. Your support fuels the stories we share and the future we're building together. Now, let's get into today's episode. Today, we're joined by Rick Pfeifer, a familiar face both in local journalism and in community leadership. Rick brings years of experience in media as a circulation manager with a local news outlet, giving him a deep understanding of how stories connect people and shape communities. Beyond his professional work, Rick is also a village board member in Waco, where he's dedicated to civic involvement and ensuring his community continues to thrive. His blend of both professional expertise and local pride makes him a powerful advocate for York County and beyond. First of all, thank you so much for joining me today. I know that you have a lot of experiences and a lot of knowledge that I'm really excited to dig into.
Well, thank you for having me. I consider this an honor.
Absolutely. No, I'm really excited. You have kind of an interesting position. So just to bring it on back, what first drew you into the world of newspapers?
Well, I was 9 years old when my dad bought the shopper paper in York. In fact, that was our first job. Was my dad bought this paper and he didn't have any carriers. So me and my siblings and mom and dad, there were 6 of us. We delivered the town of York, and it took us 2 days. And after that, all us boys had routes. So we had paper routes, but not only we had paper routes, we were also the subs for people that went on vacation. So, but it's a weekly paper, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't, but, it was great because me and my younger brother, we were pretty good about saving our checks. And in fact, the funny thing was Dad would get mad at us because we would kind of hoard some checks and he would be balancing the checkbook. And he'd come up to me and say, "Rick, how many checks do you got?" I said, 3. And this is like 3 months worth of pay. And then he goes to my younger brother, "Pat, how many you got?" "Just 4. Bring them here. I'm going to cash them now."
Oh, no.
So it was great. We learned to save money that way, too. So it was all good.
And what a neat job. I think a lot of people have newspaper routes when they're young. That's a pretty common first job.
Yeah. And it was a commitment, but we learned to work, and it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you stayed kind of in the realm. What is your full position title?
Okay, right now my job changed 2 years ago. I was circulation for just the York News Times. Now I'm the home delivery manager, and I handle the delivery of Omaha and the Omaha World Herald, the Lincoln Journal-Star, and the York News Times in this area from Seward to Aurora, and York's in the middle of that. So,
wow. I mean, that sounds like a lot, but I'm sure it's even more than we can imagine. So what all does that entail? What all do you do?
I hire and fire carriers for the Omaha Lincoln paper, and I make sure the mail's getting out for the York papers. Because if there's an issue, I hear about it, and I can let the call center know. If I let the call center know, they handle the calls, and they'll put on their thing that the York papers, there's a delay, or their Lincoln or Omaha, any of them got delayed, and here's what's going on. So
amazing. So that communication is pretty strong.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. I know that news, journalism, media, it's all changed a lot in recent years. Over the years that you've been kind of around this field, what changes have you seen in how people consume local news?
Well, right now, everything is digital. Tablet, iPhone. And everybody has, like, there's different formats. There's Facebook, there's X, there's Instagram, and everybody gets different, and also digital subscriptions to the local papers. Thing is, though, back in the day when I was a kid, we got the news. We'd listen to the news at night.
Yeah.
Either at 6 or 10. We'd turn on the news, and that'd be the news for the night. I don't know if the millennials even know what the news is because they don't sit down and watch it. Now, my wife and I do, just mainly because we want to hear what's going on in the Husker sports realm. But other than that, we wouldn't care. But so, yeah, it's changed a lot. And the big thing is now is like breaking news. How many notifications do you get when there's something going on? Breaking news from there, here. All your sources show up on your email. So.
Yeah, that's true. I've never thought about that. Wow. And I'm sure it was a little bit more eye-catching if someone said breaking news when you only had that 6 and 10 o'clock news going on.
Right.
So let's kind of dig into circulation. Why do you believe that circulation, or at least strong circulation, is so important for communities like your county?
Because the news, like... we inform everybody. We inform as to what's going on. We cover the local Easter egg hunt or band concert or sporting events is huge. And that's kind of where as a kid, I'd read the News Times mainly for the sporting events because I wanted to see, well, did York win last night? How did that go?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people still do that. It's still pretty common.
Well, it's interesting because I talked to the older generation and they want a physical paper, and the millennials, they just want a digital copy. And it's just so funny, and it's just like both have their reasons and both think they're right.
Yep.
So I often thought, how fun would it be for my kids to go on a trip with their grandparents, and the grandparents would pull out the map. Yeah. And the kids are pulling their phones out.
Yeah.
And they both are right. They're both got good reasons, but it's like...
it's just different.
Yes.
So different.
Yeah, but doesn't make one right, one wrong, but...
yeah. Yep, absolutely. So you've been around news for a long time, obviously. You've really been in the field for a while. Do you have a favorite story or moment from your time around news circulation or just news in general that stuck with you? Yeah,
the biggest thing, a couple years ago, I had to hire a carrier and friend. And this kid, he was 12, he called the main office and says, hey, I put my name in, no one's answering me. So the main office called me and says, hey, you need to call this kid if you need a carrier. And it's like, I didn't need one at the time, but it's like, I called the kid back and says, hey, something comes available. I'll be calling you right back. So about a month later, the route came available. And the kid did a great job. Met him and his mom. Chris is a super kid. Thing was, through later conversation, he told me he had 3 different businesses.
Whoa.
And it's like, wow. I told my wife, I says, this kid's going places. That's impressive. It's like, most people don't ever get one business, but he's got 3 of them.
That's amazing. At 12?
At 12.
Woo. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, super kid, too.
That's amazing. That's very cool. So is he still working for you? Or is he following his entrepreneurship?
Because, well, we gave up the friend route.
Oh,
so
shoot. Okay.
They stuck that in the mail, and I had to give him the bad news, but... I felt so terrible. Just a great kid and great mom. And I tell you what, I wish I had a bunch of those. Yeah. Bunch of this kid.
Yeah.
You did the job for me.
Absolutely. So let's kind of take it a step back, because you are obviously very knowledgeable about the news and circulation and that world, but you also have a pretty important role for the village of Waco. You sit on the village board. Mm-hmm. What inspired you to pursue that?
Well, I was approached by two different people. One of them was a relative, so I had to listen a little harder.
Couldn't say no.
But my thought process was, okay, I've served for my church. Mm. I've done stuff for that organization, which is awesome. I sat on school board for 2 consecutive terms. Mm. It was like, okay, I served my church. I served my kids at school. It probably is time I served my community. So I stepped up to the plate and put my name in the hat. I end up getting elected. So,
wow. Well, hey, sounds busy, but yeah, that's awesome. Well, okay, I'm gonna get off the script a little bit, so bear with me. I think there's a lot of convoluted ideas of what it means to serve. So, what all do you do? I know that's a very broad question.
What I do as
a board member?
I go to the monthly meetings. We listen to concerns that my constituents have. And I always encourage constituents to come to the meetings, because that's the only way, if there's something going on that they don't like, that's the only way we know about it, is if they come forward or come talk to one of us.
So what do you think being a good community leader means to you?
Well, basically, knowing the issues and talking to the community members about their concerns, and more than anything, being a good listener. Mm. And their concerns might not line up with my concerns, but they're the ones that put me in office. So it's important I listen to what their concerns are.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You guys have had a lot of things going on in Waco in the past handful of years. Are there any initiatives, projects that you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, I would like to, okay, we had the owner of the Southwest building come and talk at one of our town board meetings. Lisa Hurley came along, and basically working with the owner and YCDC, we were able to make some concessions so they were able to get preferred snacks to move into their building. Mm. And right now they are employing 42 people, and they are projected to employ 50. But basically it's a popcorn factory, and they're producing popcorn, and they're sending popcorn all out the country. They have the AMC movie theaters. They have some at Trader Joe's. But they are good. They're a good employer for the community. So that's something where, that worked well for us. But also we worked with YCDC. They were big, very instrumental in helping us getting that going. So Lisa Hurley did a lot of legwork behind the scenes, and we're fortunate to have her and have you guys and have you. This podcast is cool. It's like, you know what? It's like, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting a business like that, especially that has that number of employers in a small town, is hard. Like, that's amazing.
Yes, and the thing is, it was manufacturing. It was they built stoves, and it sat empty for years. And one of the cool things is what was an eyesore is now nice, because they painted the building up. They took care of it. There's someone taking care of a building. The worst thing in the world you can have is a building that sits empty for years. Mm. And they cleaned it up. So that's also an awesome thing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because you have two very different roles that are going on right now, but equally important. How do you imbalance your work with circulation, with your community work? How does that all fit together?
It works pretty good. I'm fortunate I have a flexible job. and most of my issues, and circulation, most of my issues happen early in the mornings. So usually, if we have an issue with papers getting delayed, I deal with that early in the morning. I mean, real early sometimes. Mm-hmm. And usually by afternoon, I'm pretty free. I can do, look at other things that are going on. So the jobs work well, coincide pretty well.
Yeah. Would you say that your background in circulation has helped shape your approach to leadership in Waco, or how has that background affected your current position with the village board?
Well, my experience in circulation has prepared me well to serve on the village board because I work closely with customers, resolving issues and providing solutions to problems. These responsibilities, I feel, have strengthened my leadership and my communication, along with my problem-solving skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely helps with working with people. So do you see connections between the storytelling side of everything that you've been around with community development?
Absolutely, because I feel like when you're storytelling, a lot of that is what's happened in the past. Mm. And if you understand the history of what's happened in the past, you'll understand a good path forward because you understand how you got to the place you're at.
Yeah, of course. And do you think that communities gain when leaders understand the importance of media, of local media?
Absolutely. The media gives our communities a voice through reporting, and ordinary citizens get their voices heard.
Yeah.
And 100%. Then shared values are usually passed on.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Green Realty and Auction and JLC Incorporated, Jensen Lumber Company. Let's get back to the podcast. So what would you say you love most about being part of the Waco and York County community?
I love being rural, family-oriented communities. We have, I always say that, everybody kind of knows your business, but at the same time, those same people, if you need something, they'll have your back. They do anything for you. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like I was saying to you earlier, people are watching my kids as they go to the park.
Yeah.
You don't always get that in bigger communities. Would you say that there are any events or traditions here that really highlight the spirit of the area?
Well, each town has their own celebrations. I mean, you got York Fest, you got Waco Days, Bradshaw Days, Henderson Days. Everyone's got their own community celebration along with the annual activities such as Easter egg hunts, Christmases, Christmas Santa Claus coming, or Memorial Day celebrations, Memorial Day breakfast, which is big in Waco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to get that plug in.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you kind of hinted at it already, but if someone was thinking about moving here, how would you describe the community to them?
People are the soul of the earth. They'll do anything for you and everything for you. At the same time, they know your business. They know where you've been. They know your family history. But they will give you the shirt off their back. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say that's not always a bad thing. If you're missing from brunch because you're sick, someone's probably going to stop at your house and make sure you're okay.
And maybe bring you some soup.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not missing out. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. So what role do you think that civic involvement plays in keeping small towns especially strong?
It strengthened community bonds. By volunteering, attending meetings, and people feel connected when they do more of that. Supporting local institutions, churches, schools. It helps shaping local decisions. It encourages economic vitality, basically shopping local.
Yeah.
Like if you got a lawnmower business, it's like, why wouldn't you go to your local guy down the street here or supporting your local business. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there are a lot of great ones to support. So,
right.
Yeah, find everything you need here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kind of look into the future. I know that everything is always moving forward. Everything is really exciting right now. Do you have any goals or priorities for your continued role on the village board?
Well, you're on the YCDC board, so I better say affordable housing.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
That's probably the big thing. Also, continue economic development, looking for businesses to come in. Always, but housing's huge because we're short so many houses around here, as you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, everyone needs a place to sleep.
Well, the problem is, and as Lisa Hurley's explained before several times, you can have all these businesses coming in, but you got to have places for people to live.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect everyone to drive 50 miles to work every day.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Do you see any opportunities specifically for Waco or even York County in the next few years?
The opportunities would be the same. We need to keep looking, and as we see things, we need to go full bore and try and explore them, and working through YCDC, getting the housing, getting the economic development, any of that, all of it is all good. So always looking for opportunities, and don't be afraid to ask questions, I guess, and working through you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. What advice would you give to someone who's considering stepping into a civic leadership or local role or local service role?
Well, here's the advice I gave to someone thinking about running for village board, and I said, we need to recruit young, ambitious people to our community so they thrive.
Absolutely.
And always looking for those people. If you find them, get a hold of them and say, hey, you need to do this.
Yeah.
Kind of like they did to me, and it's like, I don't know if I'm that big a deal, but...
Oh, stop. No, you have some really, really interesting and, at least I think very interesting stories. And I'm sure we're going to dig into some of them here soon. A little teaser, right? So how can community members best support their towns and local leaders?
Well, I think the community needs to know what the issues are. Mm-hmm. Come to board meetings and give feedback to the leaders.
Yeah.
We're here to listen to our constituencies because you guys are the ones that put us in this position. I mean, if we don't know something's going on that you're concerned about, how can we fix it?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. So ending the more serious talk on that note, I want to get into some fun rapid fire questions. Okay. What is your go-to comfort food or favorite local restaurant?
Well, I'm going to answer both questions.
Okay.
That would be the New York strip from Hunter's Lounge.
Ooh.
And I'm not just saying that because it's a Waco business. I know I said we need to promote.
A little plug, yeah. We're
pretty fortunate because they have some of the best food, and we're pretty fortunate to have them in town. And, that's it. And if you haven't been there, you need to go. If you're going Friday or Saturday night, you might need a reservation, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's busy.
Yeah, because I told a coworker that they were going to go, and it's like, do you have a reservation? Don't just show up. You might be there a couple hours.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's a good problem.
Yeah, small towns, sometimes that's a struggle.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it says a lot to how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick one historical figure to sit down with over coffee, who would it be?
Tom Osborne.
Good choice.
I've watched him when he started coaching in the 70s. Right after Bob Devaney, everybody said he can't beat Oklahoma. He can't win the big one. And gradually he got better. He beat Oklahoma. Then it was he can't beat Miami in the bowl game. He got better and better and better. And every time he took another step, it was a slow progress. Then people don't realize how long it took him to get where he was and how everybody wanted his head. If social media would have been around in 78, he probably would have been fired.
Really?
Yeah.
But that tenacity just...
Right. He
kept
just
doing it.
kept going. In fact, Colorado came out and offered him a job. He accepted. And it got down to telling his team, and he said, in his book, he says he couldn't do it.
Wow.
So then he called Colorado back and says, I'm staying here.
Oh, man, I bet Colorado is hurting looking back at that. Wow. That's amazing. And he's done some amazing things outside of coaching, too.
Teammates. And the thing is, he's doing it the right way.
Yep.
He's, it's not just about winning. It's about winning the right way and teaching these young men
Yeah. Yep.
the right way, the straight path to go. So
Yep.
it's all good.
Yep. Hopefully we'll get back to that someday. I'm so excited to eventually watch a really good football team for Nebraska. We'll get there.
But you got to realize how we went on this
Yeah, I know.
downward trend. Keep firing coaches every 3 years.
I know.
Can't do it. And I'm watching Wisconsin. They're probably going to fire their coach. It's like, well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Oh man. It's fine. At least we have volleyball. I don't know if you're a volleyball fan, but no. Okay.
I'm a volleyball fan, but it's like, yeah.
And another year.
Another year, yeah.
I would say that my sister is absolutely bonkers about volleyball. I just like to enjoy watching it.
Oh, it's good. It's good too.
Yeah,
it's all
it
good.
is. It is. What's a hidden talent or hobby most people don't know about you?
I guess I'd have to go back a few years. And in high school, we used to run laps after practice for football, and I was always coming in second or first, and coaches encouraged me to go out for track, and I went out for track. I wasn't great, but I guess that would be, someone said, hey, you got a hidden talent running distance, middle distance. Like, well, I don't know if I was that good, but I guess that's probably the best answer I could give right now.
Hey, it's not easy to do that middle distance, so kudos to you.
Yeah. It wasn't great,
hard.
but I did it.
Hey, that's still saying something. Give me one fun fact about you.
My mom is the oldest of 18 kids in the town of Humphrey, Nebraska.
Wow. 18 kids.
Yeah, and every year we get together for Christmas, Easter, and my grandma would get gifts for everybody. In fact, my wife today was a date of mine when I was in high school. We walk into the house, and my grandma looks at Denise and says, she turns to my Uncle Bob and says, Bob, go up into the gift room and wrap Denise a gift and put her name on it. It's like, who thinks of that?
That's amazing.
And then she had a sock for everybody, a row of socks.
Whoa.
And the fun part was, I'm watching this through my girlfriend's eyes, my wife now, and she was so amazed because she could count her cousins on one hand, and here I had like 60 of them.
Oh my goodness. Were holidays just chaos?
Yes, they were a blast, but they were fun. My uncle, my youngest uncle Bob, he would rent or get a basketball game going. There are enough of us, we could have a team. We would have two teams, and we played basketball. So the question was always, did you bring your stuff? Did you bring your stuff? Because right after we're done eating, we're heading down to the gym. We're playing basketball. So
that's so cool.
And because of my Uncle Bob, I'm close to some of my cousins today because of those basketball games.
That's cool. I can't even imagine. My small family has nothing on you.
And at Easter, my grandma would make all the kids an Easter basket, and she cut these Clorox boxes out, Clorox gallon jugs, and make an Easter, and make a basket out of it, and then color little nose, mouth, and ears on the jug. It's like,
jeez.
Yeah, she thought everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they'd go on vacation, and they'd get all the grandkids a gift.
Wow.
They go to Hawaii, and they get everybody a gift. It's like, who does that?
That's amazing. A lot of love. A lot of love there.
Yep.
Wow. So I guess we're going to wrap it up. I'll pitch it to you. Another off-script question. Bear with me. But do you have any words of wisdom for anyone who might be listening to this? Any advice?
Advice as far as
anything.
Get involved in your community.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Go to your local council meetings or town board meetings. See what's going on. And if you see something that might be an interest to the board, let them know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate all of your contributions to circulation journalism, community involvement on every level. Your civic pride is very obvious. So thank you so much. If a listener is tuning in and you want to get in touch with Rick about something to do with Waco because you're one of his constituents, you're always welcome to reach out to the YCDC and we can put you into touch with him. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you guys do. YCDC does a great job. I love your podcast.
Thank you.
When you asked me to do this, I kind of went back and listened to a few. I think that's
Awesome.
Really cool you do that.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And I appreciate all the contributions you guys do. So
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. That's a wrap on another episode of the 17 County Podcast. As always, thank you for joining us to explore the business leaders, community champions, and transformational efforts shaping our regional economy. A final word of appreciation to our stakeholders: Central Valley Ag, Clutie Inc., Overland Ready Mixed, Collins Aerospace, Meade Lumber Company, Perennial Public Power District, Henderson State Bank, Midwest Bank, York State Bank, K-Junction OPPD, and Nebraska Public Power District. Your investment doesn't just support this podcast, it strengthens York County's momentum in innovation, growth, and long-term resilience. Until next time, stay engaged, stay informed, and continue supporting the businesses and partners that make our communities thrive.